Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Empowerment. Here, we'll talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. All right, so I think my camera's a little uneven. All right, that's better. Now it's even. I love it. I love it. I'm actually on the center of the picture as well. All right. Welcome to this episode. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. Now, I'm going to go over Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Assumption, and I'm going over chapter 7. Chapter 6, attention. And I think this is one of the most powerful chapters. And you'll see why. Okay, so it's a progression of the reasons. This chapter is a progression of the reasons why attention and the practice of the attention muscle is fundamental. This one is fundamental. I already incorporate some exercises for my attention, to control my attention, but I know I can do better. And that's why reading and going back to classics like these books, like this one, is never a bad thing. It's always an investment of your time. All right. Now, if you're new here, welcome. If you still don't know much about my story, I was incarcerated. I did not have a high school diploma. I had a rough upbringing, so to speak, because I was involved in crimes. I was in a tag banging crew here in California, and then got incarcerated. But when I was released, I went to UCLA. I have 2 degrees from UCLA, the University of California, Los Angeles, top tier university, fully funded. I never had a doubt I was not going to make it to the university. I didn't choose UCLA specifically. I chose to be at higher education, and I knew I was going to be successful because I did not want to be at a place where I wasn't going to be feeling good and successful, because I was in a place where I was incarcerated and I was not successful and I was not feeling good for being in that place when I really thought about it. But I enjoyed my time there by being happy, being in the moment, laughing, cracking jokes with the guys that I was in there with. But I digress. Okay, now before we move forward, 2 things. You must be ready to be the highest version of yourself, the best fucking version of yourself, with no limits. Okay, no. Oh, I want to get this car because the other one might be too expensive. No. What's the car you want? The one that calls your heart. Okay, and go after it. That's the type of person. That's the type of goals you want to have. Okay, the ones that have no limits. I want to change the world by being the best gold medalist in this field. I want to donate and change the world and do X, build X or donate X amount. Okay, no limits. Oh, you want to be the president or something like that, right? Of a certain country. So I know this is, not just, I'm in the US, but I know people from different countries are also going to watch this, all right? And second, be ready to learn, okay? So if you're going to reach the highest version of yourself and you're ready to learn and apply this, continue watching. If you're not, turn this off. All right, chapter 6, attention. Now, I'm going to go over this quote, and then we're going to start digesting and analyzing the quotes. Quote, "The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which attention is exclusively concentrated, for an idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it." So he's saying that for you to realize your desire or your wish, your goal, the highest version of yourself, you must concentrate on that goal. Only when it's concentrated upon, fully concentrated upon, will it manifest on the physical. Quote, the attentive attitude involves selection, for when you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention on one object or state rather than on another. This is what committed decisions are about. When you make a committed decision, committed means you're not going to give up. You're going to get it no matter what, and you dedicated your life to this. That's what I did when I was incarcerated. I dedicated my life to going to higher education, okay? And I would visualize it in imagination, me being there already. Because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't do all that work, because that vision that I created in my mind felt so good. So good compared to staying the way I was, because staying the way I was would mean going back to jail, getting incarcerated, and just a horrible life, being intoxicated all the time. Okay? Not a good life that I had back then. But you don't have to go down to the lowest parts of society to begin to change and become a good person. You can learn from me and learn from others, right? And become the highest version of yourself. The highest version of myself was one who had a college education. Because in my mind, that was something that was good, and something that was admired by society. So that's why I did it. It wasn't because somebody was telling me to do it, I just knew it was one of the things that was good. Dorian Yates, I think he's 6-time Mr. Olympia. He became Mr. Olympia because he knew it was something good to do. So similar on that frame of mind is the frame of mind that I took upon my goal. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, so I knew it was gonna take me full concentration, okay, full attention to make it happen. Another quote. Concentration, observation. Oh, I'm gonna say it again. Concentrated observation of one thing shuts out other things and causes them to disappear. When you concentrate your mental observation, your imaginal act, you shut the senses off and all other things. Okay? That's the beauty of imagination. It's unfortunate that many of us don't practice it. I practice it 3 times a day, minimum. Okay? I learned this from Bob Proctor. This is going to be a long quote, okay? So bear with me. The great secret of success is to focus the attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without any distraction. All progress depends upon an increase of attention. The ideas which impel you to action are those which dominate the consciousness, those which possess the attention. The idea which excludes all others from the field of attention discharges inaction. The idea which excludes all others from the field of attention discharges inaction. So, what you focus on is the action which you will take. Now, here's a powerful quote, and we had to build up to this one, okay? Quote, as was stated heretofore, if you can imagine what you please, and the forms of your thought are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are, by virtue of the power of your imagination, master of your fate. This is the master key to life. If you can imagine what you please, and what he says here, and if the forms of your thought are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are, by virtue of the power of your imagination, master of your fate. When you visualize, feel the sun, feel the AC, feel the hair of somebody or your hair, or you have to feel the feelings as vivid as the forms of nature. It's like a virtual reality what we're living in. Okay, we create, an imaginal scene. It becomes impressed into our programs, right? Pretend our body's like a computer. We have a program, and the process of visualizing it with concentration creates the program in our mind, which is our computer. Is like a computer, and then it is expressed, and we see it in the physical reality. If it were a computer game, we would double click the computer program, and we'll begin to see the video game, right? And we could do the missions and the journeys, and get the badges, and do the missions. That's how life works. Simple, okay? We just have to put in the work and prepare the groundwork for success, okay? So I'm gonna go over the next thing that I did not have this like plan verbatim. I have an idea, and then it all connects amazingly. It always all connects. That's how you know I'm in alignment with the divine or with the universe. Okay, quote, your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully, and thereby change your future. I'm going to say it one more time. Your attention must be developed, controlled, and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully, and thereby change your future. Another quote, attention is developed by repeated exercise or habit. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled as on a foundation more solid even than earth. I'm going to repeat that again. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled as on a foundation more solid even than earth. Okay. There's actually a preface to this. When you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of life. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled as on a foundation more solid even than earth. The reason this happens, the reason he says that is because when you are using your imagination and you're feeling the feelings of the wish fulfilled, meaning you're seeing the thoughts as vivid as, let me quote them, as vivid as the forms of nature. You enjoy the process and the imagination so much, it's even more joyful than the forms of nature. It is. It honestly is. And here's why. When you reach your goal, you're going to be like, oh, that was it. But when you're visualizing it, you're like, oh, man, that feels so good. It's like a trick that the universe plays with us, because the process is actually that feeling like, oh my God, it feels so good, because we're so um, concentrated in the process and enjoying the process and learning in the process. That's where it's so much more joyful. We get more contentment in the process. And then once we get the goal, we reach it, we're like, oh, that was it. Because life is like a roller coaster. We choose where we want to go. Okay, we've chosen where we want to go. Our wish fulfilled. Okay, your wish fulfilled. Then you go boom. You're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. The ups and downs, the pains, and the failures, and the lessons, and the learning, and the good parts. It's all part of the roller coaster of life, right? And then when you reach the goal, the finish line, you're like, stops, and you're like, whew, that was fun. And some people were like, oh, that was it. Like, what? Oh, let's go again. Let's go again. Okay, maybe you've already reached goals and you're in that part where you're like, oh man, what do I need? What do I want now? Like, I want to go again. But you reach that goal, it's time for you to get on another fucking roller coaster. That means choose and commit your life to another fucking goal. And life is so much fun. Every day you're looking forward to it, okay? But one thing I want to share, a few things I want to share. This is very important right here. Before I forget, concentration can be very hard if you have a lot of worry and like trauma inside of you. So it's important to go over that. Sit down and talk to yourself. Listen to your higher self. Do my chakra activation meditation and focus on the crown chakra. You will start speaking to God or your higher self, whatever you want to call it. And today was one of the best ones I've ever had, because the higher self spoke to me. God told me, you have worry, bruh. Let go of it. Dive into it. And so I dived into the worry, and then I just opened my eyes and I was present. I was alive, and I was alive again. So we constantly have to go through those release exercises or self-talk exercises to understand what's going on with us. And I want to shout out my coach, Aries. He has a YouTube channel, Step Into Fear, because he taught me multiple ways to analyze my emotions and let them go. Okay. So sometimes that's very important to let go. That's one way you control your mind, because your mind is running amok. It's focusing on something in your subconscious mind that it's worrying you. You don't even know what the fuck it is. But when you focus in, you feel into that emotion, it pops and releases. So I want to share that exercise. Now, how to strengthen your attention. We spoke about strengthening your attention today and why it's so fucking important. Here are 4 exercises, and I'm going to show you which one I think is the strongest one, but whatever resonates with you, apply it. 1, there's a dot exercise. So you sit down somewhere, and then across from you, don't put it too far away, but across from you, you put it on a wall. Actually, Bob Proctor says put it down the wall. Nobody's going to notice it. Only you. Put a little dot on the wall, eye level to you, and then focus on it for 5 minutes. That's how I would do it to concentrate my imaginal acts. Because Bob Proctor, he would say, this is going to help you with your imagination, with your imagination faculty, because you'll be focused on creating the scene. So that's the dot exercise. Very simple. Number 2 is the candle exercise. Same thing. You put it. This one doesn't have to be on your wall, so you don't have to put a dot on your wall if you don't want to. Get a candle, put it on your table, sit across from it, a couple feet away, and focus your attention 5 minutes on it. Same thing. And these exercises, all you want to hear or see is dot. Candle, 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 and you're looking at the candle. Then you'll see other thoughts just like pop in, boop, 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 But you just focus back onto the candle or the dot. Number 3 is 15 seconds of beautiful / the best moment in your life. 15 seconds of the most beautiful or best moment in your life, because it's going to make you feel good. And hold that thought for 15 seconds. I spoke about this in one of my recent videos, how to control your mind. Okay? This will help with your attention, because your attention is going off. It's drifting off if you're not there yet. Okay? For me, as my little sister, one of the best moments of my life is when I was dancing with my little sister. She was on her little chair, and I would go up to her and I would dance. I would sing her one of her favorite songs that she liked. She'd watch a show, and one of the intro songs is "It's a Big World, It's a Big Big World." So I would be dancing with her, or I'd just be like singing and just moving with her, and she would be like dancing. Because in one hand she'll be eating, she'll have some food or a fork, and the other hand she'll be like dancing like. So hold that for 15 seconds. Push your attention back. Bring it back every time it goes away. And number 4, meditation. Meta-fucking-tation, because it's, again, you're breathing. You're bringing your attention back to your mouth or your nose. This is the mindful breathing meditation. I have a mindful breathing meditation as well. Okay. That one, you have to find it, because I don't have it in my description. The chakra meditation is actually a combination of those. So you should just watch the chakra meditation, because you have to be calm before you start activating your chakras. And the best one for attention here, in my opinion, is number 3. 15 seconds of the most beautiful / best moment of your life. Because you start feeling good, and you attract what you feel, because what you're feeling is who you are. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? I even have it on my hat. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? So if you're feeling good and you're using that concentration exercise, and you're feeling good and you release, after you're done, when you come back to, whatever you're doing, your activity in the physical world, you're in a high vibration. So guess what? You're going to attract high vibration stuff that makes you feel good. And guess what? Your goal is on the feel good vibration. Rhonda Burns cards here. Okay? Happiness attracts happiness. It's a simple formula. You must be happy now to bring everything that makes you happy into your life through the law of attraction. I'm going to repeat it again. It's a simple formula. You must be happy now to bring everything that makes you happy into your life through the law of attraction. Happiness attracts happiness. So we're essentially, quote, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't like killing stuff. So I got to come up with a better terminology. On that one. I don't want to kill no birds. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you like this one. Make sure to apply this. One of the things that I already do is the meditation. But I have to do one just solely for concentration. Okay. So I'm going to think about that and which one will be the best for me, and how to make it systemic, because we need to make these types of things non-negotiable. Like Wes Watson says, and I'm going to end it with this quote. Rules that garner self-respect are non-fucking negotiable. I added the fucking in there. Okay? Rules that garner self-respect are non-negotiable. Your highest version of yourself garners self-respect, because it has everything. You have everything. Love, wealth, health, fitness, and happiness. I love you. Until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If this resonated with you, share it with somebody you deeply fucking love and care about. Okay? So comment below. Let me know where you're from, how this is impacting you, what you would like to manifest. I could give you a different perspective on how to deal with it, or maybe something's going on in your life right now. Let me know. Comment below and I can help you with a different perspective, okay? That can help you release that or help you progress. It's all about progression here, okay? And reaching the highest version of ourselves. Okay, I love you. Until next time, peace.